In the late 1960s and early 1970s, a serial killer terrorized Northern California, leaving a trail of cryptic clues and gruesome murders in his wake. Known as the Zodiac Killer, he has never been caught or identified to this day, leaving a legacy of fear and fascination in his wake. Some believe that he may still be out there, hiding in plain sight, waiting to strike again. Join us as we delve into the mystery of the Zodiac Killer, exploring the gruesome details of his crimes, the cryptic clues he left behind, and the chilling legacy he has left on American true crime history. The Zodiac Killer was a name that struck terror into the hearts of people living in San Francisco in the late 1960s. His killings were random, his messages were cryptic, and his identity remains a mystery to this day. It all started in December of 1968 when a young couple named David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen were shot and killed while sitting in their car at Lover's Lane. The killer then vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a haunting mystery that would continue for years to come. Over the next few years, the Zodiac would strike again and again, killing at least 5 people and injuring several more. His victims were chosen at random, with no apparent connection between them. The killer seemed to be acting purely on impulse, driven by some dark, twisted urge that only he understood. But what truly set the Zodiac apart from other serial killers of the time was his penchant for sending taunting messages to the police and the media. In letters filled with cryptic codes and symbols, the killer claimed responsibility for his crimes and threatened to strike again. He signed each letter with his trademark symbol, a circle with a cross through it. As the months went by, the police scrambled to catch the elusive killer. But despite their best efforts, the Zodiac seemed to always be one step ahead. He was a master of disguise, able to blend in with the crowd and disappear without a trace. Meanwhile, the people of San Francisco were living in constant fear. The killer could strike at any time, and there was no way to predict where he would strike next. Residents locked their doors, carried weapons, and lived in a state of perpetual anxiety. Then, in 1969, the Zodiac sent his most chilling message yet. He claimed to have killed a cab driver and included a piece of the man's shirt as proof. The message read, "I am the killer of the cab driver over by Washington Esther Maple Est last night. To prove this, here is a blood-stained piece of his shirt. I am the same man who did in the people in the North Bay area." The police were at a loss. They had no leads, no suspects, and no idea how to catch the Zodiac before he struck again. The killer had become a ghost, haunting the city with his cryptic messages and his unseen presence. Over the years, numerous suspects had been investigated and theories proposed about the identity of the Zodiac. Some believe he was a deranged loner, while others suggest he may have been part of a larger conspiracy. Some even speculate that he may still be alive and active today. But perhaps the most terrifying aspect of the Zodiac case is the sheer randomness of his attacks. Unlike other serial killers who typically targeted specific types of victims or locations, the Zodiac struck at anyone, anywhere, at any time. He could be lurking in the shadows, waiting for his next victim to cross his path. Even today, the Zodiac's identity remains a mystery, and his legacy lives on in the books, movies, and TV shows that have been inspired by his gruesome crimes. His cryptic messages continue to haunt us with their mystery and horror, reminding us of the dark, twisted depths of the human psyche. As we close the book on this chapter of American true crime history, the mystery of the Zodiac Killer remains unsolved. Was he a lone wolf, a part of a larger cult, or perhaps even still alive and hiding in plain sight? We may never know for sure. But one thing is certain: the Zodiac Killer's legacy lives on, haunting us with the possibility that he may strike again. Don't forget to subscribe to Whodunit Files for more true crime stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat.